Alright, so I figured I'd just record a short video. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing this a little bit more and to actually video logging what it is I'm doing, but I'm doing this by hand, so it may not be necessarily the cleanest, but we'll make it work. But yeah, just gearing up to get ready to go to Chicago for LCS semifinals and finals. Jersey, tech bag, full of all the stuff I need for cameras and whatnot, everything else in there, tripod, clothes, whatnot, just to do interviews. I think this finals is going to be interesting given everything that's happened so far between the narrative between EG and 100 Thieves, and I think I think if EG can do it, they'll have truly told an amazing story in doing it, and I think that they'll have finally become an accomplished team in every way that matters, having gone through the adversity, having ended up in this situation where Danny's going to be sitting out in finals, and bringing Kaori in, and trying to win a finals that way, I think is going to be an amazing story, especially leading up to Worlds. And if they succeed, it's a huge confidence boost going into a big international tournament that's going to be here in North America for the first time in 10 years. So we'll see how it goes. My prediction, I have faith in EG. My prediction is going to be 3-2 EG, and then I think Cloud9 beats them in the finals, though. So my prediction would be 3-2 Cloud9, because I think we'll get 5 games both series. But I think EG can do it today. I also think that 100 Thieves will be fine in the lower bracket if they do go. It's not all doom and gloom for them. I think they'll be perfectly fine in play-ins. My concern would be EG in play-ins, but obviously we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's just a short little video. Just getting everything together. Not much to tell other than that, but this will probably be part of a larger video that I'll do. We'll see. We'll probably put this whole thing together, or have a whole montage shot of the drive up to the airport and whatnot and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, that's it for now. I just want to record this since we're stopped. This is our uber spooky radio here that has decided that it's going to be haunted by poltergeist. So yeah, for all of you people that have this kind of issue, we definitely sympathize. It's delaminating is what's happening, and now it's just possessed. So it gets to decide the radio channel, but it can't make up its mind. It's Matthew McConaughey. He's trying to communicate via our radio. It's interstellar. We just don't know it. Again, he's trying to spell out a message using the blips and the dots on the radio. We see you, buddy. We promise. I don't know what it spells, but I got you. I just know what's happening. We're at the airport. Chicago, here we come. All right. Hello, everybody. Well, we're here. We're in Chicago. We didn't die. We didn't die on the plane trip here. Yay! Just want to give a quick little update. This won't be a super long video or anything like that. This is going to be, I'm going to try and get this together tonight here at the hotel. I have no idea if I can do that. I got to download the program onto my laptop to edit videos. But I just wanted to give a short little update. The ride here was interesting. I didn't film a lot of footage, really any footage, actually, after I got on the plane, simply because I didn't have access to a window seat, and because I was in a taxi for about 45, almost 50 minutes, in what was supposed to be a 10-15 minute ride, but traffic in Chicago is horrendous. I thought it was bad in Houston. It's even worse in Chicago. No, I didn't get the chance to film much footage just because I was in a taxi and I didn't feel comfortable, trying to film out the window with a taxi driver or anything like that. But I did just want to record this while I'm here in the hotel, and just kind of give thoughts about how I feel right now. It's very interesting being in Chicago, traveling this way again. It's crazy because the last year I tried to travel, it got canceled. It was supposed to be in Newark, and that event got canceled. Not last minute, but it kind of felt last minute. And so, I ended up, losing plans and some money and stuff like that, kind of over the whole thing. But, so part of me was kind of just feeling like, dreading, like, oh man, is this event going to get canceled? Like, I'm going to get on the flight to get to Chicago, and then I'm going to get a notification from someone on the server, like, oh, hey, did you hear that the event was canceled? So, successfully landing in Chicago, and being here, getting ready for this event is crazy. I'm seeing people all around. The hotel I got is fairly close-ish to the venue. I could walk there if I wanted to. I won't, for some reasons that I'm not going to disclose here. Those that are in Chicago will know those reasons. But I think all the same, even with kind of that vibe going on, I'm really excited to be in Chicago. It's so interesting to actually be here for a summer finals. Summer's not like spring in a lot of ways. And I know we have the whole conversation about spring split mattering and whatnot, but summer, obviously matters for all the important reasons. Obviously, we already know who our World's qualification teams are going to be, so we already know that it's going to be EG, 100 Thieves, and Cloud9. But it feels like there's a lot riding on this finals, like even more so. I mean, there's a couple of really incredible narratives going into this semifinals tomorrow between EG and 100 Thieves, where you have 100 Thieves that are this team that have been fighting really, really hard to kind of prove that they are one of these top level teams and that they can contend with the best and that they have a right to win the championship with the roster that they've had a lot of faith in. And I think that they've been probably the most consistent team out of all the three teams that we have in the finals, going into this weekend. If you look at their record between spring and summer, and you look at how well they've performed, yes, they did get swept in the finals, but they've still been wildly consistent. They've proven that they have the high level of play necessary to make back-to-back runs in a championship. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see that team take on a team in EG that has kind of been struggling, obviously, with the news that Danny's going to be not participating this weekend. Kaori's got a lot on his plate to have to do, as does every other member of that EG team. Obviously, there's been a lot of discussion about ADCs being plug and play, but I think that's kind of highly reductive, and I think it doesn't accurately reflect what what he was, or what Kaori's going to have to do, and what Danny was contributing towards the team. So that, and then that narrative too. EG have one of the best stories that any esports team has ever had. Underdogs at the beginning of the year, they proved that they could hang tough. They beat the best teams in one of the hardest lower bracket playoff runs I think we've ever seen in LCS history, probably the hardest. Won the championship, beat everybody they needed to beat. They go to MSI. They have a fantastic story where they get out of groups. They have a decent showing, or sorry, they get out of they do make it out of the group stage. They have a decent showing there, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what they accomplish now, considering that they had an even more dominant summer, and that they're going to be gearing up for what is likely going to be probably the most important game they're going to play for a while. Two really, really distinct scenarios kind of occur if EG doesn't make this. If they don't win tomorrow, if they lose and they aren't able to avoid that play-ins placement, they're probably going to have a difficult time when they get to Worlds, as much as respect as I have for that team. I think it's just difficult for them. The level of play there is going to be very, very high, and there's a lot of teams that obviously want to get into group stage, and they're not necessarily just going to be able to snowball their way through and just walk all over every other team in the play-ins. It's not that simple. Not this year, not with the game the way it is right now, and the way it plays. It's very, very chaotic. It's wildly inconsistent in terms of what experience you get from team to team and how games play, and obviously strategies are going to be different. But this year, with this meta, it just has been very, very strange. So I don't think really any region has the answer. I think you seeing some consistent champions, but you're not going to see a region with 100% the answer right off the bat. So EG are going to have their work cut out for them if they lose tomorrow and they do end up in play-ins. And then obviously the other scenario is they make almost the impossible happen. I know that a lot of people are very, very hyped about Kaori. I am also getting more and more hype about him. I think that there's a lot to respect. Obviously there's a lot of talk about how good he's been, but the fact of the matter is he's going to have to show up against very, very high level competition and what 100 Thieves has, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how he performs. And if he does do it, it only furthers EG's sort of legendary status, and and then obviously they buy themselves a lot more time by going straight into group stage. So Danny doesn't necessarily need to feel the pressure of coming back right away, and they can take their time and make sure that everything's put in place resource wise to facilitate him coming back to the team if he does. Which I think most everyone fully expects him to, just because the way that the message was worded from EG, that he was only going to be gone this weekend, at least is what it sounds like, and then he'll probably make a comeback. I think personally that's probably what's going to happen. So obviously them winning tomorrow would mean a lot in terms of getting that breathing room that they need, because if they lose tomorrow and they go to play-ins, they only have 2 weeks. And of course the question then becomes, is 2 weeks enough to get Danny back in the swing of things, or do they stay with Kaori, or what's what's the goal there? I don't know. It's a lot of speculation. We won't know until we see tomorrow. I would suspect that 2 weeks is probably not enough, given the pressure that they're going to be under. But that being said, my official prediction for this tomorrow, man, call me a bit of a dreamer, call it copium, call it wishful thinking, whatever suits you best. I think EG can do it. I think for as much challenge as Kaori's going to have tomorrow, I do think that he can do it because he does have the right team around him to facilitate that. Obviously, they have the MVP. They have, in Inspired, they have Vulcan, who is a phenomenal support player. They've got JoJo, who's having a really, really good year. Impact is the veterancy that they need in that top lane. He's kind of their rock, their pillar, their stone that keeps them steady, on this team. And I think that they have what it takes. I also think like the wild card factor of Kaori, like the simple fact of the matter is 100 Thieves haven't played against them. So as much as Kaori doesn't have experience against them, they don't know what he's going to do either. And supposedly his champion pool is better, at least from what we're hearing, than Danny's. Now, I don't know that for sure. And again, just because your champion pool is wide doesn't mean that it's effective. You could have 15 champions, but really only 5 of them are viable or playable. But that being said, 5 champions gives you a lot of agency in the draft. So we'll see how EG plays around that, and obviously they'll try. They'll have to answer what their priority is going to be in drafts and in game, and who they're going to want to play through. But my prediction is EG 3-2. I don't think that they win it by a landslide. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult series for both teams. I think they're both going to get pushed to the limit, and we're going to see stuff that we haven't seen from either teams. And I think that at the end of the day, we're going to have a fantastic series. Either way, the fans win. I mean, if you're a fan, you're loving this. Obviously, EG, if you're a fan right now, like you're super anxious because of everything that's going on, and you're just praying that your team makes it through tomorrow. But as a fan of both teams, I'm wearing a Liquid jersey, so my horse in this race is completely dead and has been shot and dragged out back and chopped up for who knows what. We'll see what happens with that roster. That's for another video. But as a neutral fan, or as just a League of Legends fan in general, as an LCS fan, you're loving this. It's fantastic either way. It's drama, it's intrigue, it's everything you could ever want out of an LCS final series, especially in the summer, especially leading up to Worlds. Like, this is incredible. If you're an LCS fan. And so, if EG wins, that's great for you. If 100 Thieves win, man, that's great too. They'll be hunting for their second championship. Cloud9, probably one of the best trash talking organizations in all of League of Legends right now. Fudge is just popping off on people. So that's a lot of fun to support that roster. And God, Cloud9 hasn't. It feels like a long time since Cloud9 have won anything, and it really hasn't been, but it feels that way. And obviously 100 Thieves, they only have the one championship to their name, so they want to add another notch to that belt. And EG, again, they want to win just as bad as anybody else too. They want to prove that it wasn't just a fluke in spring. They want to prove that they belong. So anyways, that's my update for this video. I just want to share that I'm in Chicago. I'm super excited. I'm super excited for all the stuff that's going to be happening tomorrow. I'm going to be playing trivia with everyone, trying to get as many people interested in that as I can. I'm going to be recording that. That'll be another video for tomorrow. But overall, just super excited, and a little bit anxious too to see what's going to happen tomorrow. There's so much to do and to talk about. But anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I can't wait to share more updates with you guys. I can't wait to share you all the footage we're going to get tomorrow. But until then, I will have to say goodbye and say that I will see you in the next video. Bye.